Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. I hope everybody had a fantastic week. What was the highlight of everybody's week? I am working to get this overlay to look just the way I want it to because, oh my goodness, I need to fix that. I need to fix the latest cheer thing. That's what I need to do. That'll be a real quick thing. Let's see. Let's try this. While I'm fixing that, because I did not realize that that was a thing. What was the highlight of your week, and what is something you are looking forward to in the next week? Getting your SolidWorks assignments out of the way so you can enjoy the weekend. Heck yes! I am so proud of you for that, Soul. You have been working so hard to learn that and make it where it's easy enough for you to understand. In attempting to fix that, I'm adjusting something else. No, come on. There's that. Why is it not letting me make that any bigger? You know what? Let's see. Your offer to help fix the colors still stands, and obviously looking forward to the women's retreat with the church. Yes! It's going to be absolutely amazing. I am so excited for that. And that reminds me, you guys, next week, we are not going to have any streams this next week because I'm going to be house sitting. There we go. That fixed it. Yes! Look at me doing it live. It's a little bit higher than I would have liked, but that is okay. We can fix that later. So my goal is I would like to fix this box to where it fits it fits my camera better. But I think what I need to do is I need to find one that's a little bit more... I think if I did that and I just heightened the frame a bit... Oh. Come on. Get me the right source. There we go, OBS. If I had it just like this, and I just kind of brought it in sideways a little bit to where it better framed my camera, that would be fantastic. That is the downside of the camera that I have. It doesn't exactly work well with a lot of the frames. It's a little bit weird in that way. Highlight of your week was the concert last night. Yes! How was it? What was your favorite song? Tell me all about it. I am so excited. You're about to head down in an hour. Got another band you're seeing at 12:30. What? I love it! So it's like a whole weekend of concerts for you. That is awesome! I absolutely love that for you. Absolutely love that. That is super exciting. I need to turn something. I need to do this. I just realized I forgot to grab the controllers. There we go. we've got the Joy-Cons. We can do this, and then we do this, power it on, and that ought to get our game all set to go for later. 80 bands in over 3 days? What? That's amazing. I love that. Perfect. We're good. All right. Settings on the Elgato are correct. We are good to go whenever it comes to game time. But yes, next week, no streams because I'm going to be house sitting and then going directly from house sitting to the women's retreat through my church. And so it's going to be an exciting week, and I cannot wait to tell you guys all about it on my sister's birthday, the 24th. So that is 10 days from now, from the look of things. Yes, because next week is the week of the 15th, and next stream will be September 24th, which is my sister's birthday. So, and I'm so excited that Soul is joining me, and I'm excited that a lot of amazing, amazing fellow believers are able to make it with me on this retreat. I am so excited about that, and can't wait to see what God is going to do through it. It is absolutely amazing. He is absolutely amazing. In town, you can stand in 2 states at the same time. Wow! I love it! There's a spot in my state that's called 4 Corners, and you can stand in 4 states at one time. And that is such a cool concept to me. Let's see, let's pull up a map of the US. At 4 Corners, let me see if I can bring up display capture. Here we go. In 4 Corners, you can be standing in Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico, all at the same time. I also discovered this new browser called Brave Browser. As you guys know, I have been working through a cybersecurity course. Working through cybersecurity for absolute beginners on Udemy. And one of the things that they've taught us is all about internet security and different ways that companies will track you and make it where your information is basically all over, like all over the web. And it's been interesting learning, and I found out about this browser through that course called Brave Browser. And Brave Browser does a really good job. It has like all these built-in security things to make it where your data is protected. They do use some of it like anonymously. They don't know who you are or anything like that. And it's just to improve the experience. It's to improve, okay, what are our customers looking up? What are they, using us, like, how can we better serve you, kind of a thing. And so it's really been interesting learning about it. And I just downloaded it onto my home desktop. And so working on transferring everything over to that, I've made it my default browser. I found out a lot of different things about Chrome and Edge and Safari that while they do have a lot of good security features, there are just a lot better security features through Brave browser. So I'm just going to type that in. And if you just Google Brave browser on your current browser, you'll be able to see exactly what it is. You can research it for yourself. And from what I've heard and learned, it is an excellent browser if you want to be able to surf the web. It comes with a VPN you can download. I have Surfshark, but if you wanted to use Brave's VPN, you can. And it just seems like a better way to be able to browse anonymously, or at least in a more private way. And so for me, that's what really made the difference, is that okay, I won't show it on stream. In fact, maybe I'll look at it after stream, just to keep the momentum going. But yeah, it's been really fun. I finished up my second cybersecurity course. I was going to say cybersecurity force, but it's course. Cybersecurity course. There we go. And started up my third one. And the way these courses are laid out on Udemy is they do a lot of intro work before diving into what the actual course is about. And so I like it because I can just quickly get through all the introductory stuff and call it good. And so for me, that's good. I can let it kind of play through the intro stuff. I know when I need to really start paying attention. And I've got my Google Doc with all the info I need on it and all the stuff that I'm learning. And it's really, really good. I enjoy it. And through my work, it's free, so why not? I do have a Facebook. It is pretty private, though. It's pretty locked down because security is everything. Privacy online, being in control of who you let in on your social medias and everything. Yeah. That's important. Yeah, okay, cool. And message received. I will take a look at that after stream. So today, we're going to continue on, as you can probably tell from the title, we're going to continue on in Jack Jean. And I am super excited to see what's in store for Kisa this morning. We're going to stop at about 11 just so I have time to go grab a bite to eat and get ready for D&D. And then head over to D&D. Speaking of which, yesterday I had the honor of getting to hang out with one of my friends on Discord who wrote a campaign, like a one-shot campaign for my bard character, Trisrith. And it was so much fun, you guys. We had like a big battle. We had helping people and recovering lost items. It was so much fun. I loved it. The dice were definitely in my favor. We used D&D Beyond's dice rolling aspect for that, just so that way it was easy for him as the GM to kind of see everything and not necessarily have to trust that I'm telling the truth as to what I rolled. And it was just easier for him to be able to just see and then see the math as far as how it got that and all that stuff. It was just all easier just to do it that way. But it was super fun. It was about an hour-long campaign, and it was super, super well done. I enjoyed it. I told him, I was like, dude, you flesh this out a little more, it would be a fantastic way to introduce people to the game and introduce them to the mechanics of the game. If you expand it more, if you find a way for more players to be able to join in, you could really teach people the mechanics of the game through this, and that would be amazing. And so getting more people into D&D is something that I am all for. I am like, yep, let's do it. Let's get people doing the D&D role playing and making characters and just keeping those kinds of things alive. And one of these days, I would like to do a campaign of myself, where I'm the GM of either an awesome looking campaign or a game called Pendragon, which is all about like Knights of the Round Table and stuff like that. That seems like it would be one that would be fairly easy to pick up. Or Doctor Who. And eventually, like, I have all these different starter sets. I've got Pathfinder, I've got Star Trek Adventures, I've got a couple versions of the Doctor Who Adventures in Time and Space. I have Pendragon. I have one called Emberwind, I think it is. Yes, Emberwind. Here it is. And this one seems very beginner friendly as well. It's got, like, you've got a hero card, you got attributes, equipment. It seems like it's pretty easy to get all set up to do a campaign with it. And I'm excited to check out Critical Role's Daggerheart when it releases. It's currently still in player testing beta, but I am excited to see what comes of it when it's released, because I kind of want it to go through all the different phases before I go ahead and buy a copy, because that way I know, oh, this is good, where, you know, it's gone through all the testing, it's fleshed out, we know we've got a good thing. And so, exactly, you should totally look into getting the Ghibli-inspired one. Totally! You just do D&D, or no D&D from Stranger Things. Oh, that makes sense. I haven't seen a whole lot of Stranger Things, but I can definitely, from the little I know of it, I can totally see them playing D&D. You, Soul, should totally get... I'm going to be the bad influence, spend all your money friend, and say... and say, get the Ghibli-inspired one! It would be so fun! And one of my friends, he's actually developing a TTRPG. It was originally called Side Quest, but he's worked through all the different phases so far, and he says, you know what? I think the name Horizon fits better. And so his TTRPG is called Horizon, and it looks like it'll be a really fun game. I'm gonna have to get myself a set of D3 dice, because that is 3-sided dice, and they look like... There we go. That oughta... Oh, that's vitamins, not... let's try specifying dice. There we go. this is what D3 look like. They are... Oh, I'll put myself underneath that. That way you guys can see it real quick. You've got, like, it almost looks like a rock, in a way. It almost looks more stone-like. And so he uses that as his system. And so that's pretty cool. I have yet to find one that's that particular system. Alrighty, you have a good one, Dusty. Enjoy the concert and have a total blast. You quite enjoy the way D&D was incorporated into Stranger Things, particularly Season 1. Cool! I might have to give it another chance. Right? The D3s are so fun looking. They really are. Like, I remember when I first got into D&D, I thought that the pyramid ones would be more considered D3, but those are actually D4. And I'm thinking, but why D4? Because they're four-sided, or they're three-sided, you know, you've got 3 different points, you know? And you could put one number on each point. So to me, it made sense. 3 points, 3, you know. And so I was kind of confused at first until I saw the way that they numbered the D4. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And so then I was like, well, then what would a D3 look like? And so then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And he's really worked to make it beginner accessible. And his goal is more, I think, one-shot campaigns that can go longer. But he really likes the idea of the shorter, more one-shot campaigns. And so for him and what he wants to do, I can see where to be a little more beginner accessible, less numbers the better. So he has easier character setup and all that wonderful stuff. And so it ends up working out really well from what I've heard. And it makes me happy that he's happy with it, you know? It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, we're gonna make this the best it can possibly be, and I am here for it. I will help however I can. So, but going back to Stranger Things, it was one of those things, where, it felt a little bit too, from the way it was described, it felt a little bit too horror-y for my liking, but at the same time, I might be able to give it a better look. Because I've only ever seen maybe a couple episodes. And so maybe if I gave it more of a chance, maybe I might like it, especially if there's D&D in it. But I think it could be fun. And Soul, if you ever want to do like a little watch party, I am all for it. We can kind of see together, because you know better than I do. You know better than, you know as well as I do that I don't do well with horror games and horror films and all that stuff. Like, it tends to stick with me. And so, yeah. It does draw from 80s horror tropes, each season having its own feel. Okay. And maybe with it being more of an 80s feel versus modern day horror, maybe that'll make a difference. Maybe. I'm willing to give it another chance, though. I definitely am. And maybe going through it with a friend who already knows what to expect and can kind of tell me, okay, you're gonna want to close your eyes for this part. And I can just be like, okay, tell me when it's over. Oh, man. All right, you guys, we are going to go ahead and we are going to pray, and then we're going to dive into the game. Dear Lord, thank you so much for today. I ask that you be with each and every person here. Be with Soul, be with Dusty, be with anybody who is lurking in the background, Lord. I ask that you just give them an amazing, amazing day today. I ask that you just fill us with your love and your presence, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul and her driving anxiety, Lord. Help her be able to get more comfortable with driving, even if it means just getting to the point where she can tolerate it without as much anxiety. That would be absolutely amazing, Lord. There's no need to absolutely love driving, but it's the anxiety, Lord, that she would love to get rid of. And I ask that you just help her be anxiety lessened so that she can just focus more on what's going on around her, that she can focus on the freedom that comes with being able to go where you want, when you want, and that she can just, even if it's only tolerating that driving isn't as much of a chore, because I understand completely that tolerating it does mean it's still a chore, but may it not be as much of a chore for her. May it not be as mentally taxing on her, Lord. I ask that you be with her dad and his health issues. I ask that you just touch and heal him, Lord, in a mighty way. I ask that you restore their relationship. Let there be better communication and better respect for boundaries, Lord. May she continue to grow in her understanding of her classes. Thank you, Lord, for the growth, even in just a few weeks' time, that she has made and the content that she's learning. I pray for Dusty, that he's able to enjoy the concerts and that he is able to just relax and get to know you better, Lord, through music. I pray that his stress levels are lessened. I ask, Lord, that you be with Vocal Duck and his relationship, Lord. Help him and his girlfriend be able to get to know each other better in a way that is, pleasing to you, Lord. I ask that you just help him and her both be wise and keep you first, keep you in the center of that relationship, Lord. I pray for Kishu. I pray for her unspokens. I pray that you just help her life to get less crazy, Lord. Thank you that Nugget is doing so well in school and that Corn Chip is growing so big so fast, Lord. Time just flies by. And that I pray he grows to love you. And same with Nugget, Lord. May she and Shopkeep help Nugget and Corn Chip grow to love you more and more every day. I pray that you just continue to be with her mental state and that she's able to be in as good a place, if not better, than she is right now, Lord. I ask that you be with my friend Kay and her husband W, that you just strengthen their relationship through this hard time and help W accept the help he is being given, Lord. Help him be able to apply what he is learning, apply what he needs to apply in order to put his family first, Lord, and to overcome, to get the tools he needs to fight against this addiction. I ask that you just be with him, Lord, and be with their kids as well. And I ask that you be with Bayo and his mental health, Lord. Just keep him close to you. Help him through this plateau, Lord. I ask that you help him at work. Help him be able to be a light for you there, Lord. I ask that you be with Zyro and everything going on in his life, from the dissertation to more personal stuff to jobs. He just has so much going on, Lord. I ask that you be with him. Be with DLC and help us know when to come back and how to come back, Lord. I ask that you be with Catherine Naomi and her unspokens. I ask that you I know she's going through a lot right now, and I ask that you just be with her through all of that, Lord. I ask that you just help her to feel your presence in a new and mighty way today, Lord. I pray over each and every person that's here, that will come, that might not be able to make it today, Lord. I pray over Lotu that as she and ZT are getting ready to move in just a couple of months, that all of the stresses that come with that are lessened, Lord. Help the transition be able to be a smooth one, and let them be able to settle in quickly. And I pray over Tie-Dye Chef Dave and his work and his mental health, that you just be with him as well, Lord. I ask that you just be with anybody who is struggling mentally, that you help them be able to see themselves the way that you do, Lord. I ask that anybody who's suffering physically, whether illness or injury, that you be with them. I think of mentally Shock the Toast and Breach and Hylia and Hufflepuff and Sarah the Dreamer, Lord, that you just be with all of them, Lord, and help them be able to see themselves the way that you do. I ask that you just give us a fun time of fellowship today, and a wonderful and fantastic weekend and week next week. In your name I pray. Amen. All right. My eye kind of dried out a bit. There we go. We are going to switch categories. Oh, I just realized I forgot to pray over something. Hold on. Lord, I also bring Lady Foes and Adifoes before you. I pray that you just be with them and little baby Bean, little baby Foes, so that baby Foes grows healthy and strong, Lord. And that adjustments to parenthood, new jobs, the garden and everything, Lord, that you just be with them. And in your name I pray. Amen. All right. Game screen. We will... Oh. There we go. There we go. That ought to do it. Okay. Right? Amen times 2. Let's see. I kind of think we're good on energy, because we're at 100 out of 100. So let's go ahead and run this lesson. Because I kind of want to get Suzu. I kind of want to follow his route first.
死後はやめてくれないか。遊びに来ているわけじゃないんだぞ。
ごめんなさい。
We are kind of here to have fun, because part of the creative process is that you have fun while doing it.
いやおい、今は別に話したっていいだろう。
Like, to me, if you're not having fun in the creative process, you're doing it wrong. Agreed, Suzu. It's fine if we talk right now.
大鳥くん、ピリピリしてる。
集まってるね、諸君。眠てー。
Oh my goodness. Tone it down a little bit, Kokuto. Like, dude, that was like, oh, we're gonna have fun today.
き上がりましたよ。新人公演の台本。
Okay, you found it to be more about its storytelling than the horror. Okay, that makes a difference. That makes a difference because if it's not all about like how many jump scares can we get in, how many like different aspects of horror can we get in, then I ought to be okay. I just needed to give it a little bit more of a chance. But if it's like, let's get all the jump scares, all the gore, all the other aspects of horror, I'm like, maybe not.
もう
Wow. Dude, he was in the zone.
話自体はあらかた出来上がってはいたのさ。そこに昨日決まった配役のテイストを練って丸めて落とし込めば完成よ。
Dude, Neji was in the zone.
そんな簡単にできるもんなんすね。
Soul, I think you and I can both attest to this. It's not always easy to write a script. It's not always easy, Suzu. It's not always easy. My sweet little summer child. You are sadly mistaken to think it is easy to write a script. If you know the characters well, exactly, Neji makes it look easy.
黒が特別なんだよ。あれが普通だと思ってたら常識吹っ飛んじまうぞ。
Thank you, Takashina. Thank you. Completely agree. You'll be surprised when you're out in the real world.
では台本配ります。
Treat me like I'm special. I love how overdramatic he is.
これが
He is hilarious. Script has been added to materials. Okay then.
不眠王と書いて眠らず王と読みなさい。さ、ページを開いて。
Okay. So we've got a king who has a hard time sleeping. Okay, this will be an interesting story. What? Hold on. There, that might do it. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but that is okay. We will fix it as best we can. There we go. Alright, I think it just needed to have the Elgato laying flat. That might do it. There we go.
俺は王様だ。
Aw, of course Suzu would be the king.
私は娘。配役のところに AJ って書いてある。
Come on. What is going on? I might need to get a new capture card. Maybe there's... I'm gonna check something. Let's see. Let's check for updates. I want to make sure we're good. Okay, I am up to date. Because I figured that might be part of why. Maybe I just need to hold on to it. Okay. HA is short for Algene, and genes are abbreviated by JAN.
J はジャック S。
And then
Jack
Jack
は
Ace.
フミさんの役には JAN、 カイさんの役には J って書いてある。
Huh. Okay.
どうしたのそうちゃん。
僕の役 JAN って書いてある。
Oh, he doesn't think he's a gene. Okay, I've got an idea. Hold on. Please stand by while I attempt to fix this. Because there might be a way that I can. Okay, so that is oh, I see what it is. Okay. Possibly. No. Then again, maybe I don't. I had done a little finagling with this. And seeing if I could fix this a little better. Maybe. Huh. I could have sworn this is the one. Okay, so out. That should work fine for that. That should be fine for that. I'm trying to figure out why it just constantly doesn't want to stay in. Stranger Things is still meant to be a horror, but a well-made one. It's kind of like a love letter to the horror movies of the 70s and 80s. What you're trying to say is the horror elements don't feel cheap. The show doesn't put them on just for the sake of it. Okay. Gotcha.
ジャンヌだな。
That makes sense.
ジャンヌ、僕が。
そうちゃんはジャック志望？
うん。
Yeah, I can see where he would want to. I can kind of see where he would be hoping for a Jack role.
嫌ならやめれば。
Thank you so much for the lurk, Galaxy. I hope you're doing well.
あ、いえ、そんな。頑張ります。
There we go. That's my friend.
僕は騎士でジャックか。役としては悪くないが、なぜ僕ではなくあいつらが主役なんだ。
Because you need to learn to humble yourself, sir. And by being in a role where you are a knight and therefore not the lead role, therefore you are learning the importance of letting your fellow actors shine. You are learning it is not all about you. All right. Okay, so that's for that. Okay. So that's more of a USB. Okay. Let me see what I might be able to make happen. Because it's not HDMI to USB. Oh, I know where I got it from. Hold on. I know where it got connected. Give me just a minute, you guys. My mouse is going to go all over the place. Give me 1 minute to just get this placed in such a way that the cord might be a bit longer and we might be able to have a bit better of signal. There are mild jump scares, but they're not obnoxious. And there's usually a bit of foreboding warning before anything bad happens. Uh-oh. Hold on. Did I unplug the wrong thing? Yep. Hold on. Why is this messed up? Okay. So that is my camera. Oh. I need Let me try seeing if I can. There we go. All right, that ought to do for that. Perfect. And then we figure out where the long cord here went. I don't know why. All these tech issues are happening. I put it on the correct one. Yes. Okay. So it is on the correct one. All right. That ought to do it. And then activate. All right. Perfect. There are mild jump scares, but they're not obnoxious. Okay, cool. Not anything extremely gory. That totally makes sense.
さてさて、この眠らずをどんな話か気になるだろう?
Yes, I am actually kind of wondering what kind of story the Sleepless King is.
簡単に説明すると、10年もの間眠れずにいた王様を村娘が城の者たちと協力して眠らせる話だ。
Oh, so he hasn't been able to sleep for 10 years. And the maidens are working together to get him the sleep he needs. How has this king not, like, gotten sick or anything like that? Because if he hasn't been able to sleep for 10 years, like, yeah. As a fan of horror, I realize your mileage with it may vary. You should mention it was a mutual friend of ours. Ah, the Tabaxi Wizard, who does not care for horror either, that got you into the show. Okay, yeah, let's totally do a watch party at some point.
この眠れないせいで常にイライラしている王様、眠らず王を折巻くん。
Hold on 1 second, guys. For some reason, my nose has given me a little bit of issue this morning, but that is okay. We will work with it. Right.
王様を眠らせるために突然城にやってきた娘を立花君に演じてもらう。
Oh. Well, that's interesting. I kind of like it.
あとは全員王様の家臣だ。
Retinue. I'm guessing that's kind of like his normal posse,
家
for
来た
lack
ちは
of
最
better
初
term.
王様を無理に眠らせる必要はないと考えていた。王様の機嫌を損ねるのは怖いからね。
Ah, so this king is like a toddler. And by like, I mean similar to. A toddler who doesn't like to sleep. And when you try... Ooh! It'll be reflected in his character design. Yes, I'm excited!
だから王様を眠らせようとする娘の存在は煙たい。
Ah, that makes sense. Why that would make things
特に大
awkward.
鳥くんが演じる騎士は王様を眠らせようとする娘に反発する。物語の対立軸になる重要な役どころだからしっかり演じてね。
There we go. So see, Otori? All parts work together for the good of the story. Gee, I wonder if there's a Bible verse about that.
はい。
See, now he's had his ego properly catered to. Now he's happy.
俺は大臣か。進行役も兼ねているようだな。
Exactly. If I were that sleep deprived, I'd probably behave less than an adult. Like, yeah, exactly. Like when you're that tired, but you just can't sleep, you're just like, why can I not sleep? Please just let me sleep.
俺はメイド長だわ。料理番掃除番を束ねてんのね。はいはい。
僕は料理番か。歌のシーンがあるのはいいけど、セリフ多くない？
Come on, Mitsuki. Mitsuki, come on. He at least catered to the fact that you have an amazing singing voice. Be happy with that. And besides, dialogue moves the story forward just as much as singing does.
僕はそうじ
You
ゃ
ought
な
to
い。
recognize that.
娘に対して否定的な家来が多い中、好意的なんだ。でも、それをなかなか表に出せない。
そして僕はきな臭い占い師。自由に動かさせてもらうよ。
Ooh, there's a fortune teller in this. I'm kind of excited to see what kind of a role the peculiar fortune teller plays in the
ここに
story.
名前が載っていない生徒諸君も物語をより深くする群衆として舞台に立ち、軍部や合唱で活躍してもらう。
I like it. I like that he makes a point to say that the ensemble is just as important because they support the other characters.
そしてクラス全員でクラス優勝をかっさらおうではないか。
Yes! It really does add to the fact that even the ensemble is important. If we didn't have the ensemble, we wouldn't have a story. Because the ensemble helps drive the story forward as well. Without the ensemble, sometimes you would have scenes where the main character would have nobody to talk to and he'd be monologuing. And that sometimes is a detriment to the story. Sometimes the ensemble is part of foreshadowing. For example, in Hamilton, there is a character whose nickname is the Bullet, because everybody that particular ensemble member comes in contact with ends up passing away at some point. Pretty soon after meeting her. And so, she is like a foreshadowing, if you know that that's what's going on, she is foreshadowing which characters are going to make it through the end, to the end, and which ones aren't.
クラス優勝？
ユニベールじゃクォーツ、オニキス、ロードナイト、アンバーの4クラスが歌劇を競い合うんだ。最も優秀なクラスに贈られるのがクラス優勝。
Nice! So even in the newcomer play, there's a little bit of a
ユ
contest.
ニベールで学ぶ以上クラス優勝を狙いに行くのは道理。別にプレッシャーかけるわけじゃないけど主役の責任は重いよ。
That is true, the leading role does carry a lot of weight to it.
かけてるじゃないですか。
それじゃあ今日は本読みするよ。
Yay, read-throughs!
本読み？
Suzu, my dude! My dude! It's a very self-explanatory name. You are going to do a read-through. A read-through is where you read through the play. No blocking or
脚本
anything.
か。つまり僕が自ら台本を読み上げ作品のイメージをみんなに伝えるのさ。
Alright, we're going to go ahead and not make any progress in the story at the moment because there are people caught up in ads. So, for about the next minute, we will go ahead and see who... We'll just kind of hang out here, we'll chat a minute, and that way nobody misses any of the story. It's not necessarily a totally normal part of my streams, but when it's a story heavy game like this, I'm like, we'll pause because I don't want you guys to miss any of the story. By the way, you guys aren't getting double audio, are you? Of like the music and everything? This is true. During read-throughs, you want to listen well. A Japanese term that got lost in translation, but yeah, Suzu is the token lovable idiot. He very much is, and I love him for it. He is so fun. He is such a fun little character. Oh good, no double audio. I was kind of wondering because I noticed that both my Elgato and my mic seemed to be picking up audio. And so I wasn't sure what audio my mic was picking up at the moment, but it could be just my fan up here.
クォーツがクラス優勝できるかどうかが私たちにかかっている。新人公演までにしっかり鍛えておかないと。
That is true. Gotta be trained thoroughly. You gotta know your lines, your blocking, everything. Yay! I'm excited. I love him so much. Oh, wait. What's going on here? Did she accidentally say that out loud? I guess not. It's just one of those, he's like, seriously, you're here too? Okay, gotcha. So 46 days until the performance. So then, why don't we... So just before I pick, by focusing on one particular set of classes rather than spreading them out throughout the week, that does do the route for that person, correct? Like if I focus on running, that's gonna give me Suzu's route, for example. Okay, cool. Then let's do it!
みんな台本は読んできたかい？今日は読み合わせをするよ。
Ah, table read! Now see, normally, kind of read through and table read go hand in hand. They're kind of interchangeable. Because your read through typically is done with the whole cast reading as their character. Same thing with the table read. But actually, you know, a read-through could also be kind of going over everything, and depending on how your director does it, the read-through could be going through, marking where your character is, going over the basics of the storyline, things like that, and then you do the table read. So I guess in a way it could be either interchangeable or two separate things, depending on who your director is.
読み合わせですか?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. I'm going with he interprets read through as let's go over the story as a whole and paint the big picture of what's going on and how it's going to look. And then the table read is everybody's going to read through the script as their characters.
わかりやすくハテナ飛ばしてるね。台本に沿って自分のセリフを各自読み上げていくのさ。己のセリフを語り、人のセリフを聞き、眠らず王がどういう話なのか尻尾でもいいから掴んでおくれ。
That is very true. Sometimes you don't get the full picture until you do both. And even then it might not be a full picture because you're like, I need to do more than just sit here to see and read to see the whole story. You know what I mean? It could be a case of we need to like slowly start putting blocking in to see the whole picture.
では、冒頭の娘登場シーンから。舞台上は真っ暗。その中で一筋のライト。娘が照らされる。
They picked a fantastic voice actor for Neji.
遠くから聞こえるファンファーレの音。娘はその音に導かれるようにかけてくる。はい。
あそこね。あのお城に眠らず王様がいらっしゃるのね。
ファンファーレの音が一気に大きくなる。娘は袖にはける。照明がついて舞台は城の広間に。
I am liking the way this starts off.
そこには城の家来たちが全員並んでいる。口火を切るのは大臣だ。
王がお見えだ。
ここで王様が登場。城の者たちはうやうやしく頭を下げる。 王が玉座に座る。家来たちは居心地が悪そうに黙り込んでいる。
I love the description of uncomfortably silent. Because it's one of those things where there's two different kinds of silence. You've got that comfortable silence where like you can just feel weightless. You know, like it's a silence that is there more naturally. And because it's there naturally, now you can allow yourself to embrace that silence. Like, think about it like two friends who are so comfortable with each other, they don't need to have a constant conversation going. You can have one friend working on something and another friend playing a video game with their headphones on. So to the outside world, or even just reading a book, like one person's writing and the other friend is reading, and you have this comfortable silence of we're both kind of just focused on our own thing. This is the case of an uncomfortable silence, where the more silent it is, it almost feels like the more dangerous it is. Because you don't know how this king who hasn't slept in 10 years is going to react. And so it's an uncomfortable silence because nobody wants to be the one to set the king off. And so there's this unspoken pressure filling the room. And that is what makes it an uncomfortable silence. I love that description.
家来たちは10年もの間眠ることができず、常にイライラしている王様を恐れているんだ。王様に朝の挨拶をするのさえ恐ろしい。だけど挨拶せずに怒られるのも恐ろしい。だから責任を押し付け合う。
Oh yeah, because this is very much a case of darned if you do, darned if you don't. Because either you say, "Good morning, Your Majesty," and he's like, "Meh," or you don't say good morning, and you're like, and he's like, "Meh."
メイド長、王に朝のご挨拶を。
恐れ多い。ここは
Excuse me.
騎士様。
Burp ASMR apparently this morning.
俺は言葉ではなく態度で示している。料理番は違うようだが。
Part of me wonders if that was what was actually written, or because I would not put it past Otori to go off script. I really wouldn't. I would not put it past him to be like, let me make this moment all about me. But yet, he also wouldn't have passed it on to the head cook. Unless it was written. So maybe it is what was written.
私のご挨拶はモーニングの中に刻んで
Yep, it's what was
振
written.
りかけているの。
Okay.
それよりも掃除番が挨拶したそうに王様をじっと見ているわ。違います。そう、王様の玉座をきれいに磨かなければと考えておりました。
So Headmaid has a thing for the king. Interesting.
それよりも占い師様の方が熱い視線を送っています。クリスタル越しに。
わしら熱い視線は結晶の中で渦巻く未来に向けられておる。
I love his voice for the fortune teller. It's that typical fortune teller voice, and I love it.
今日のフォーチュンワードは触らぬ王に災いなし。挨拶は大臣がするのがグッドクリスタル。 そんな家来たちのやりとりを見て王様が癇癪を起こす。うるさい。朝から無神経な小鳥のように騒ぐな。
Oh, I'm excited. I am excited to see the character design.
俺がお前たちと同じようにぐっすり眠ってすっきり起きたとでも思っているのか。
I wonder. I'm gonna see if I can guess why the king is so sleepless. I think it is like a case similar to that one. There was a fairy tale about a princess, I think it was, who had a pebble, like 3 mattresses underneath her bed. Like her bed had 3, like stacked 3 mattresses high. And she could still feel either the pea or the pebble. I think it was like Princess and the Pea or something like that. And maybe it wasn't until that pebble or pea or whatever it was removed that she could finally sleep. And somehow she was able to feel that through all these different mattresses and things that they did to try and make her bed more comfortable. Maybe that's the case here. He just hasn't put his finger on what exactly it is that's making him unable to sleep.
おう、やはり今日も。
今日も昨日も一昨日も1年前も2年前も3年前も4年に5年6、7、8、9年前も10年前も
Wow. No wonder he's so irritable.
10年前から今日までずっと俺は一睡たりとも眠れていない。折巻君、そこ息を切らさずに言い切って。
Oh, that's a good point, because the king wouldn't be out of breath. The king would be able to make it through all of that still sounding regal. But like a tired regal. You know?
はい。やべえ。
No, you're not in trouble.
はい、今日はここまで。お疲れ様。読み合わせってこんなに何度も繰り返すもんなのか。
How else do you expect to read and learn your lines? And get to hear the story all pieced together like you needed to.
2人とも出番が多いから大変だったね。
Little lovable idiot. I love it.
台本を読んでみてどうだった？面白いっす。
Yes! Table reads are always fun because it's your first introduction to the character and characters. It's your first introduction really to the whole story. That's a very good point. Otori would read the lines as written only because he wouldn't want to go against Neji and everyone because he knows they're all against him. He wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize his chances at a lead role later. And if he's known as the one that goes off book and off script off script at any given opportunity, he's never going to get that lead role that he so desires. But yeah, I can also see him kind of stealing the show if the opportunity presented itself. He would use as many opportunities as possible to get the spotlight on him.
そうなの。 あとセリフ量やべえっす。
Exactly, exactly. Like, he would use the improv as a, like, if he would use that improv as a chance to be like, look what I can do! Look, I saved the show, everybody! Not to help, because improvised lines are supposed to help the other person remember their line and propel the scene forward from there. In that particular case. In the case of like an improv show, where it's all improv, it's more about the scene moving forward. But improvising in the case of, oh no, I forgot my line, I might, like, let's say that the line was the one about the throne. Let's say that Sou forgot his line about the throne and how he or she, well, the character, there we go, how the character wants, like, has a thing for the king, but is trying to play it off as being like, oh, I just noticed that the throne needs to be cleaned. Improvisation in that case would be something like, oh, hey, handmaid, did you see how dusty that the king's throne is this morning? Have you cleaned it recently? And that would help him remember the line. Oh, yeah, I was just looking at that. I was just looking at how dirty the throne is. You know, something like that. To help the person remember their line, but also help propel the scene forward. It's never about making it all about
そ
yourself.
のやばしセリフ量を来週までに入れておいてちょ。
Yup, because now we've got to get blocking in. Hey, Nanaki, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Because, yeah, we've got a certain amount of time. We have, like, what is it, 45 days-ish? Until the performance? So it makes sense that they would want to make sure that all those lines are memorized within the next week or so. Because then they have to block everything. They've got to choreograph all the music numbers. They've got to put that all together all before Tech Week. Exactly. Otori's motivation would be to make it about himself. Getting the actor to remember their lines again would be secondary. Absolutely. Or an afterthought. Absolutely. Absolutely.
何せ僕らには歌とダンスもあるからね。
That is true. We've got our songs and dances to prepare for on top of
そ
that.
して5月30日には舞台に立っている。棒読みロボットになるか新たなスターになるかは君たち次第さ。
That's a good point. That's a good point. If you're on book, it's going to be very much as of and on May 30th we'll be standing on the stage. It's up to you whether that means robotic text-to-speech or a captivating performance. Or, and on May 30th, we'll be standing on that stage. It's up to you whether that means robotic text-to-speech or a captivating performance. You know? Like, there's a huge difference when your head is so buried in the script because you don't know the lines, you don't know how it's supposed to sound, versus you're off book and you're able to remember the choreography, the blocking, the dialogue, and how it all fits together. Let's see, I'm trying to get... Oh, is that maybe more what I'm looking for? Maybe, yeah. Okay, it's just because of how small... Yeah.
ロボットかスター
まあ任せてよ。僕には立花月卒業後のふぬけのクォーツを救った自負があるからね。
There we go.
立花月卒業後のふぬけのクォーツ。
僕は視力こそ悪いが才能を見る目はあるつもりだ。君たちならやれると思ってこの役に選んだ。僕を信じなさい。
Believe in the me who believes in you.
ネジ先輩。
Amethyst, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. What do you have planned this weekend?
失敗したら舌で笑えるしね。ぬふ。
ネジ先輩。
I love the difference between the two. He goes from Neji or Neji to Neji. Working today but resting tomorrow. There you go. That's awesome. I'm actually going to be house sitting next week, and I'm going on women's retreat. And so after stream today, I've got to get packed up. I've got to make sure that I'm ready for house sitting for a week, and then get a backpack or something ready for when for Friday, because Friday is when we head up to the women's retreat. So I need to pack one bag for Monday through Thursday, and then another bag for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday bag within quick reach. Or at minimum, have it like laid out on the bed which outfits I'm gonna wear. And by the way, Soul, I think you can potentially... Did you happen to get an email about the conference t-shirt? Oh, Jean, like in Jean Valjean. Okay. Just was reading your text. You're going on vacation? Dude, you guys deserve that. You guys have worked so hard. You guys are absolutely deserving of this. And I hope you guys have a fantastic vacation. I cannot wait to hear all about it. Absolutely cannot wait to hear all about it. I need to go BRB real quick. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and then I need to refill my water. So I will be right back. This is as good a time as any. Oh, you can add your ticket to your wallet. So what I can do is I can, if you pull up that email from Arise, you should be able to scroll down to the bottom and see the ticket there and add it to your iPhone wallet and have it that way. I will text you the name of the person that sent out the email about the shirts. Did you, register early bird? Because if you were not early bird, then that would make sense why you didn't get it. Going to St. Louis to the zoo? How fun! Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. I'll be right back, you guys. Alright, you guys. Sorry about that. Had to take a quick bio break and run down and get some more water. If you text the name, I can look it up. Okay. I will do that right now.
お触れ書きを見てやってきたんです。王様を眠らせることができれば褒美を取らすというお触れ書きを。
Okay. Perfect. There we go. So, Amethyst, what are you most looking forward to at the zoo?
王様が眠れるように子守歌の練習をしてきました。どうか一曲歌わせてください。
I feel like this was my character in the campaign last night, or yesterday. Not last night, just yesterday morning. My character came upon these fairies in the woods, and these fairies had a dog friend that was like a big dog that was growling at me because it didn't know me. And my character's response was, we're going to pull out our pan flute, we're going to play our pan flute and see if that soothes everybody.
王に無駄な時間を取らせるな。ほら行くぞ。
待て、ずいぶん必死じゃないか。そこまでして望む褒美に興味がある。金貨100枚か。目の端から端まで広がる一等地か。
She's probably going to say, no, just wanted to help you sleep.
いいえ、違います。私が望む褒美はもっと強い輝きを放つ果てしないものです。
もったいぶるな。言ってみろ。
私、お妃様になりたいんです。
Oh, okay. So she's motivated because she wants to be the queen. So she's going to have to duke it out with her fellow maid who's also interested in the king.
娘の突拍子もない訴えに驚いた王様がチャンスをくれたけど、娘は王様を眠らせることができないんだよね。
それでも諦めきれない娘が明日もやらせてくださいってお願いする流れに。
そこの二人、ちょっとこっち来な。
早くしろ。
はい。
何でしょうか。
本格的な立ち稽古が始まる前にジャンヌのいろは教えておくわ。
Ah, they're going to show the fundamentals of being a Jean.
ジャンヌは舞台で女に見えるよう女性的な化粧をしたり、胸や腰にタオルを入れて
Or
体の
Jane.
ラインを作ったりするんだけど、見た目を女に近づけたところで立ち居振る舞いが男のまんまだったら台無しで、女装した男でしかなくなる。
I mean, that is a good point.
ジャンヌはユニベールの花だからな。お客さんを興ざめさせるようなことがないようしっかり叩き込むぞ。
That is a good point. You don't want to take the audience out of the story.
はい。
じゃあ台本でちょうどよくジャンヌだけのシーンがあるからそれを使うかね。
城に滞在することになった娘をメイド長と料理番と掃除番が部屋に案内するシーンですか？
台本持ったままでいいから動き入れてやってみっぞ。このシーンミツのセリフからだ。
え、僕もやるんですか？
Yes, yes, you do. You are part of this scene, you are part of this cast.
おまもジャンヌだろ。ミツはすぐ演技の練習サボっからな。ついでに見てやる。
だから僕にも声をかけたんですか。わかりました。じゃあ行きますよ。ねえ、本当にあんな小城に置くの怖くない？
白田先輩は自然体だ。無理に演じなくても女性に見える。
That's a good point. You want to make sure that it sounds natural.
私たちがとやかく言う必要はありません。さあ、ここです。お城で一番小さい部屋。
Got a lot of
あ
phlegm
な
this
たには
morning
こ
for
れで
some
十
reason.
分でしょう。
ふみさんは立ち方も歩き方も視線の使い方も洗練された女性って感じだ。メイド長がどんな人なのかセリフだけじゃなく動きで伝わってくる。
And that's a good point too. You want to make sure that the way you read your lines and the way that you move add up and propel the story forward.
あ、すみません。すごい。私の家よりもずっと大きい。
言っとくけど、あんたのために料理なんか作らないんだからね。台所があるから自分で用意して。
台所を貸していただけるんですか？助かります。
お掃除は。
Hmm.
このほうきでしたらいいですよ
Interesting.
ね。
Okay, yeah, okay, so that is the way it was supposed to be read. It's not a forgot the line
こ
thing.
れなら隅々までお掃除できそう。
That made us nervous. That makes sense.
こんなによくしてもらえて感激です。私頑張ります。王様を眠らせてみせます。
わかった。ミツ、キサにマンツーマンで教えてやって。俺はヨナガに教えっから。
Sounds good.
どっちもフミさんが教えたらいいのに。ほら、こっちに来い。
はい。
フミさんがお前を僕に任せたってことは、基礎的な部分はできてるってことだ。
Okay, that makes sense.
そうなんですか？
ヨナガの方は難ありだね。立ち方から練習するんじゃないの？まあ、お前もまだまだ甘いところだらけだけど、教えてやるからさっさと覚えろよ。
Oh my goodness.
はい。
指を開くな、閉じろ。親指は見せるな、隠せ。
Hmm. Do we tend to hide our thumbs, or is that more just like a stage thing?
指ばっか気にしてるせいで肩が上がってるぞ。下ろせ。今度は背中が丸まった。背中を張れ。視線は正面。
Oh, okay, he's talking more posture. Okay, because I know I tend to kind of go when I'm either stressed or running out of breath. That's kind of my go-to.
厳しい。
一通り教えたからこれでいいでしょ。あとは自分でやって。
Oh my goodness.
ありがとうございました。疲れた。
キサちゃん、終わった。
Uh-huh.
そうちゃん、そっちはどうだった？そうちゃん、大丈夫？
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
ヨナガ、今日やった稽古、毎日続けておけよ。
This is true. You gotta do it every day so it becomes muscle memory.
僕、ジャンヌとしてやっていけるのかな。
しっかりしてそうちゃん。
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Hmm? カイがいないね。
また山じゃねえの？
Kai, you're supposed to be at rehearsal,
あ
dude.
の山男は暇さえあれば山に行ってトンネルでも掘ってるのかしら。呼びに行くこちらの手間も考えてほしいものだわ。
お疲れ様です。
おっと、救世主現る。立花君、君には大館山に封じられし山男六つ海海を連れ戻してほしい。
I love his overdramaticness. It is absolutely amazing. Hold on, guys. I'm just signing in on something real quick. Because I just want to make sure. In about maybe like an hour, I think, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna order lunch. So I just want to make sure that I'm ready to do so. There we go.
大館山に封じられし六つ海海ですか？
海呼んでこいってことだよ。
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, yeah, he's just saying go get him. That's all.
わかりました。行ってきます。カイさんに初めて会った時、この辺にいたんだけど。あ、いた。
There he
カイさん、
is.
虹先輩が呼んでましたよ。
Oh, the weasel thing! The weasel thing from earlier.
あ、この子。
Do you guys remember when she was at the dorm room and she saw this thing?
ああ、こいつは猫目の
This
Neko no
weasel
desu ka?
cat thing? Apparently it's a
犬は
cat.
犬？
熊科目の
Bear?
クマ？
A cat dog bear?
イタチかイタチ族のイタチだ。
はい。
猫目、犬亜目、熊科目、イタチかイタチ族のイタチだ。
Wait. Wow.
要するに。
So basically, it's a weasel.
イタチだ。
Exactly.
この大館山にはいろんな生物が住んでいる。特にイタチは多い。だが、ユニベールの近くまで降りてくるのは珍しい。
イタチ。
そいつと知り合いか？
Yeah, it came to visit me.
知り合いというか、私の家に突然現れたイタチに似ているんです。でも私の家はここから遠いですし、そんなはずは。
大館山には山の神が住んでいて、その山の神が自分の使いに選んだのがイタチだと言われている。イタチは山の神から信託を預かり、人々に授けたそうだ。言い伝えだがな。
山の神様の使い。
But by the way, Soul, if you happen to find that email, you should only need to pack 2 days of shirts. One for Friday, one for Sunday. Because a lot of people, or at least a handful of people, are going to wear the retreat shirts on Saturday. At least that was my plan. So,
真っ白で綺麗。
but either Saturday or Sunday, they'll wear the retreat shirt. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. To be on the safe side, it might be good to boost the other stats a little bit, just in case. Yeah.
お前のことを気に入っているようだ。
私を？
俺の先輩にも動物に好かれる人がいた。名前をつけておくか。その方がお前も呼びやすいだろう。
はい。
そうだな。腹に月の模様があるから。
Luna?
お腹だな。
No! Missed opportunity!
そっちですか？
Right? I'm with Kisa on this one.
あ、いえ、模様の方かと。
Yeah, exactly.
呼んでみるといい。
はい。お腹。
気に入ったようだな。
本当ですか？
You're not helping your case there, Weasel friend. Yeah, we're all with Kisa on this one.
それじゃあ戻るか。たまには顔を見に来てやるといい。
はい。じゃあね、お腹。
Bye. Okay, so we've got a little over a month. We have like a month and a half-ish, roughly. Let's see. We could go with this one. No, we should probably do charisma. Let's bring that up. Oh, I see. It was showing the, I probably could have gone with study.
練習したなら昨日よりも幾分かマシになっているかと思ったら初めの声のみずみずしさはどうした？耳がガサついてしょうがない。そんな歌では眠れないな。今度こそしまいだ。
Hey! Hope stream is going well, Addo. And hope that you're doing well and having a fantastic week.
王様。申し訳ありませんでした。明日はもっと良い歌をお聞かせします。どうかチャンスをください。
まだ居座る気か。
Are you still here?
王様に眠っていただくまで私は諦めません。
I will not give up until you're asleep, Your Majesty. I love the writing. I love the writing in this.
来週からは立ち稽古に入るよ。
立ち稽古って。
Hey, Vocal Duck! How you doing? Happy Saturday, all! It's time to act. Heck yeah! We've got Suzu over here in the 41 jersey as the king, and then So as headmaid. And then Kisa is playing the role of the maid who is trying to help the king fall asleep through music.
まだセリフ入ってねえぞ。
Well, you better get on that, buddy. You better get on that,
お
buddy.
前みたいなやつがジャックエースで主役だなんてクォーツが演じるのは悲劇か？
I mean, you're a little more blunt than I would prefer there, Otori, but I mean, you do make a point that if he doesn't memorize his lines, it does come across as him not taking it as seriously. But I also understand there are times where people take longer to memorize their lines, and that's a little bit okay. As long as it's memorized before too long, to where they're still able to memorize the blocking because they've got the lines memorized. Because it's easier to memorize blocking when you've got your dialogue down, and that's why they want you off book before they start the process of blocking and choreographing.
大鳥。
あるジャンヌもジャンヌ顔というだけで選ばれたようなやつだしな。
Say that again? You want to try that again, buddy? You sure? You sure that's how you want to phrase it? Are you sure about that?
おい、言い過ぎだろ。
Thank you, Suzu.
いい。新人公演でクラス優勝を取れるかどうかはお前たちにかかっている。
I mean, that is true. That is true. The leads do need to know their lines.
来週の立ち稽古楽しみにしているからな。
なんだよ、畜生。
キサちゃん大丈夫？
なんで同期で足の引っ張り合いしなきゃなんねんだ。
Exactly. Like, why do we all have to drag each other down? Like, come on. Let's go on and take a day out. Yeah, let's take a look here.
こうして、こうして。
Do this, do then this, then
本
this.
当にできんのか
We
な
really
これ
supposed to be able to do this? There are shows where you wonder. There are definitely shows where you wonder, how are we going to put this all together? And then the theater fairy comes the week of Tech Week, sprinkles the theater fairy dust all over everybody, and says, "You have your lines and your blocking memorized. The show can finally come together!"
すずくん、どうしたの？
うわ立花
Oh, we scared him!
あ、ごめん、驚かせちゃった？
あ、いや大丈夫なんだけど。
あれ？
Okay, he's okay. We're good.
でも公演の台本じゃないな。
これ？ああ。自主練用の寸劇台本。ネジ先輩にもらったんだ。
Oh, okay. I mean, that is good, exposing yourself to multiple different scripts. It gives your brain a break, while still being able to apply what you're learning. He is a mad genius, so he does sometimes put his peers through the ringer in the process. Exactly.
へえ、いい
Exactly.
ね。面白そう。
But it's also one of those things where, like, if he had been able to make the script a little bit faster, they wouldn't be in such a time crunch. How's it going, Dreamer? What are you up to today?
歯切れが悪いね。
How's your weekend going so far?
ちょっと見てみろよ。
Oh boy, what did Neji give him?
うん。
I'm kinda scared. What did Neji give him?
これかなりドロドロの恋愛ものだね。
Oh, okay.
そうなんだよ。ネジ先輩になんか
What?
投稿用の台本ないか聞いてみたらさ。
おう、それならこんなのいかがでしょう。我がショー
Flashback
ツのあるじゃん。高階
time.
皿文に鳥肌まで立てさせたラブロマンス。
ふみさんがなんで？
まあ、お読みなさい。
おう
Like, that would be way out of my comfort zone to have a script
Wow.
like
Wow.
that.
なんつキスキスキスそして
そうだよ。
Oh
誰
boy.
かとやってる
all the kissing. Oh my goodness. Ah.
いやでもジャックエースになりたいならこれぐらいのこと
That
は
is true.
できないと。
But teach him the
無理じゃない
stage
で
kiss.
すか。
That's a little more comfortable for everybody.
演者ですもんね。
True.
そっか。
He had a big pot that your dad has a big pot that he used to keep his collectible swords in. Over here, he used to keep random stuff in it until Thursday when he discovered that nasty condensation water was gathering in it, and some of our pictures were in there. I'm glad that most of them were saved. I hope the ones that weren't able to be saved weren't, like, too big of a loss. But I'm glad you were able to save most of them. Oh my gosh.
でも
Wow.
ガチでやるんですか？キスできるかな？
Mad genius laugh.
純朴な折巻氏をからかってしまって申し訳ない。
Oh my
逃げ
goodness.
道はあるのよ。だっ
Okay.
て舞台の上でガチ中しまくったら見え方変わっちゃうでしょ。
Right? Neji, dude, really?
教職員からお叱り受けちゃうかもしれないし、まあどうしても必要なら叱られようが何しようが断行しちゃうけど。
I mean, yeah, you're right there at the end. You are a pretty eccentric dude.
でもじゃあどうやってやるんですかこれ？
例えばそうだね、このシーン。
Like, regardless of Shakespearean, even if this was a male and a female, it would still be uncomfortable, you know, because I'm like, you don't know each other in that, like, you don't know each other well enough to do that. Like, no, please. And it is why if I had pursued acting more, yup, it will, yup.
35回目の浮気をした彼女にそれでも構わねえと
Like,
ばかり
it's,
に
yep,
男
he
が
is a
余裕の
major
キスを
troll.
垂らすし
Eccentric and a major troll.
なんでそんなに浮気するんすか？
That's a very good question there, Suzu.
彼女の顎をクイッと上げてからキスするんだけど。
Alright, we'll pause a minute so that we don't miss any of the dialogue. Like, I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, I'm with Suzu on this. I get that as actors and actresses, you have to be comfortable doing, things like stage kisses, stage fighting, things like that. And maybe that's why? Like, unless I know the person that in that other role, I would definitely be... It would take me time to get comfortable in that. Welcome back! Welcome back from ads, everybody. Exactly, you don't want to go down that road, bro. You don't. You don't. My poor innocent Suzu, you really don't want to know.
その顎に添えた自分の親指にチュッとやればいいのさ。
Okay, see, this is where we're introduced to stage kisses. And this is one of those things that would make it a bit more comfortable for everybody.
親指にチュッと。そうそう。相手の顎に親指を添える、持ち上げる、顔を寄せる。で、自分の親指に自分の唇を押し付けて。
Also, VNDev. Why can't I make an R18 game? I want to make an R18 game. What's an R18 game? Tell me all about it.
シュッとね。
I'm not sure I've heard of that.
それっぽく見える。
Oh, gotcha. Oh, visual novel dev. Why can't I make that? Okay, adult fiction. Okay, gotcha.
これならマジキスするわけじゃないしやりやすいでしょ。
Right? Get on your feet, Automod, right? You would think with how Automod is.
もう一度言うけど、ジャックエースを目指すならこれくらいできないとダメ。
You wanna play with me? Join the game!
しっかり頑張ってね。
Exactly,
それ
like,
で試してい
dude,
る最中だったんだ
Automod,
ね。
if you're gonna do this, do it.
おう、ジャックエースに必要って言われちゃやらないわけにはいかねえからさ。
Yeah, and that makes sense.
ユニベールの歌劇で恋愛ものって少なくはないもんね。
That is true. That is true.
眠らず王だって言ってしまえば恋愛ものだし、ここまで過激じゃねえけどな。それでも
You repressed this scene from your memory. No, she's a riot, but I felt so bad for Suzu in this scene. Right? Me too! I'm like, let him keep his innocence a little bit longer, please? But at least he, taught him how to do the stage kiss so it is more comfortable for everybody. Hey, Rusty, how's it going? Hope you're doing
どうし
well.
たの？
なあ、立花、相手してくんね。
Aha! That is true, we do. Oh, Kisa! Kisa! Sweet, innocent Kisa! Sweet,
これだよ、
innocent
キスの練習。
Kisa!
一人でやっても距離感よくわかんなくてさ。
You made your cat upset today. What happened?
お前なら眠らず王コンビで慣れてるからやりやすい気がする。
I mean, that is a fair point. That is a fair point.
な、いいだろう。すぐ終わるから。
Oh. Was it taking up too much space, or did it break and you need to get a new one? Stretch. Oh, wow. There we go. Ah. Need new ones. Gotcha. That makes sense. He won't be upset for too long then, I'm sure. Once you get the new ones in, then you'll be good. So true, Dreamer. Like, all the fiction that could come from all of this.
別にマジでするわけじゃねえし。
I think we'll hesitantly say, alright. And a hydrate!
マジでありがとう。
There we go. I mean, it is for the betterment of the show. So...
どうしたの？
本当にいいのか？
やめる？
Right? And... Cracker Barrel. We've had these cups for years. Exactly. Always good to get in a good stretch. And everyone needs to hydrate, so...
いやする。
We gotta keep ourselves hydrated, man. Water's important, especially for us desert rats.
でもお前相手にこんなことしていいのかな。
Just...
やめとこ。
I love that he wants to check in with her. That is such a good scene partner.
やめない。ビビってる場合じゃねえな。よし、やろう。
That is such a good scene partner.
じゃあ失礼します。
I'm not 100% sure. He just might. He just might. I don't know where this is gonna go.
顎に親指添えてクイッと上げて。
うわ、すずくんが私のことじっと見てる。
What did you expect, Kisa? What did you
これからキスされ
expect?
るみたいで緊張するな。練習だから集中集中。
He's probably gonna... I don't know. Part of me wonders if this is what's going to be what reveals her secret to him. Pro, we get another friend in our corner. Con, he might talk. Exactly. Exactly. He might figure it out and we're gonna have to go all Men in Black on him. Look into the light, Suzu. Psh.
立花とめっちゃ目が合う。
Right?
目閉じた方がいい？
Oh, if only, right? Psh.
そっちの方がやりやすいかも。
わかった。じゃあ。
So what do you guys have
What do
planned
they
this weekend? Oh boy. Oh boy.
おお。じゃあ行くぞ。
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna
何
get...
も起きない。
Oh, okay, nothing's happening. Okay. Okay. I'm like, oh no. What's going on?
こんなのできない。
Aw, Suzu.
なんだよこれ。
Oh.
本物じゃねえか。だってこんなの。
すずくん？
ダメだ。無理無理ごめん。中止だ。
Aw, my heart goes out to him. I would probably react in a very similar way.
こんなところ人に見られたらやばいだろ。何やってんだよ俺。
Pretty sure you're already seen, my dude. Pretty sure you've already been seen. We're all acting here. Yeah, just tell Neji, I can't do it. Can you rewrite the scene, please? I can't do it. I can't do it.
本当にしなくていいの？
Or are we seeing... Or are we seeing Kisa behind us? Or behind him. Okay.
ジャンヌってすげえな。
え？
いや、お前がすごいのか？
Oh! This dude! This dude! You lovable dork!
入試の時も思ったけどさ。目つぶってるお前、女子にしか見えなかったわ。
Suzu, I have to tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? Or do I need to go all Men in Black? You poor lovable dork.
それも可愛い女子な。ああ、これは無理だわ。本当。
そうありがとう。
Aww.
いや、こっちこそありがとうだから。マジ勉強になった。でもいつかリベンジする。そん時は頼むな。
ああ、うん、わかった。なんだか変な約束しちゃったな。
I was gonna say, I'm not 100% sure until he knows. Until he knows. Let's go ahead and rest for the day. We'll take Sunday off the way that the Lord intended us to. I guess we'll do an acting lesson. Aww, Lady Foes! How you doing? You and Ado are about to do Magic the Gathering community games for an hour or so? Alright, I will definitely take a look and see how things are going. Let me see what I've got as far as... Yep, gotta get that update. Because that was the thing, I was attempting to update on, I was just about to try an update on my iPad, but it was taking forever. I think my Wi-Fi was being kind of weird. Exactly, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Exactly, Dreamer. He specifically told me to reach out to you because he wanted to play with me. Aww. Well, I'm wrapping up here in about 40-ish minutes. So if you guys are still on in about 40-ish minutes, I can definitely try and get a couple of rounds in with you guys. I would love that.
王様、申し訳ありませんでした。明日はもっと良い歌をお聞かせします。
Bet you're on.
どうかチャンスをください。
Love your face too. And will do. I love your face more. Hangs up phone. I win.
立ち稽古。台本を見ずに稽古を進めているんだけど。
Oh, so even Kisa isn't fully off book
まだ
yet.
居座る気か。
王様に眠っていただくまで私は諦めません。
But yeah, Dreamer, I love these Cracker Barrel cups. We've had these since I was... gosh. As long as I can remember. I don't even remember a day that we didn't have these Cracker Barrel cups. Like, they've been around forever. Because my grandma used to go to Cracker Barrel like every day. That was like her social outlet, was to go to Cracker Barrel, have a meal. That was her social outing. And it was amazing. Amazing. Even though I got a little burnt out on Cracker Barrel having it most days, I was still like, I love the people there. Hey, I hope he's helping out. Oh, he is helping out. I love it! Go Kai! Go Kai! Go Kai! Go Kai!
はい。いつまでも聞くつもりはないからな。くそ。
You'll get there, Suzu. You'll get there.
そうだわ、アプリコット。
アプリコットがどうしたの？
与永君、そこは娘の突飛な発言に驚いて声をかけるところだから、もっとスムーズに。
Exactly. You gotta respond smoother. You gotta respond smoother.
あと、娘の方をちゃんと向いて。もう。
Try it again. I'm sorry, Neji. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
アプリコットがどうしたの？
与永君、ロボットダンスみたいになってる。個人的には好きだけど、このシーンには合わないよ。
That's true. That is true. I can see him kind of moving like a robot while he's still getting used to everything.
すみません。なんでこんなに体がこわばっちゃうんだろう。
Because you're still learning and it's okay.
すずくんもそうちゃんも苦戦しているみたい。
It's okay.
はい、じゃあ次は立花君から。
はい。私、村を出てからろくに食べていなかったんです。それなのに、次のセリフが出てこない。
Uh-oh.
無理をして夜通し歌の練習をしたから喉を痛めてしまったんだ。
はい、すみません。
Right? Nervousness and anxiety. Not nice bedfellows. Exactly. Exactly. They don't exactly play nice, do they?
はい。もっとしっかりしないと。
はい、ここで大鳥くん。
なんであんなおかしなやつを城に置かなければならないのだ。
それが王のお心とあらば。
大鳥くん。
Good morning, EJ. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are things? Let's see. It's let's see. What's the time difference? I'm sure it's getting close to dinner time maybe there. Let's see. Oh, wow, it's like first thing in the morning. You're behind. Oh, you're okay. Randomly woke up early and decided to see who was online. Nice! I never remember time zones. I never remember how far apart different countries are from each other. Like, I know the difference between me and France because I need to so I can talk with sis and bro-in-law. But most other time zones that I don't use frequently, I'm like, okay, how far apart? So it's like 5:30 in the morning for you. Wow. So what do you have planned on this fine Sunday? Because it is Saturday. nice. I know I am currently 2 hours behind Texas, 3 hours behind the East Coast. So let's see, if it's 5 in the morning and it's 10 in the morning. It's 10 in the morning here. So 12. Well, no. I need to do. Let's see, it'd be 2 hours until noon my time. So 2, 12, 14. Plus 5, 19 hours. That is a 19-hour time difference. Wow! So what do you have planned for Sunday, EJ? And it's lunchtime over in Florida! Woohoo! Not a lot at the moment. Around lunch you're gonna go visit a friend and go for a drive together, and then you need to start drafting an outfit for a plushie. I love it! What outfit are you gonna draft? Like, what is it gonna look like? I am so excited to know all about it. What kind of a plushie? It's okay, Suzu.
すずくん、そうちゃん。
ダメだ。セリフが覚えらんねえ。
They're not. There's just a lot of them that you have to remember. And a lot of times when it comes to memorizing lines, it's not even necessarily just memorizing your lines that's hard, but you also have to memorize the line ahead of yours, your cue line, so that way you know better what, that way you know a little bit better what line comes when. That way you know when I hear this line, I say this line.
僕は自分のセリフになると焦って固まっちゃう。
And that's normal.
お困りのようだね。
Otri, if you can't help, go away. It's a river otter plushie, and you're making the outfit to match your friend's D&D character. It's her birthday next week. Happy birthday to your friend. I love it. Oh, and a river otter, and the fact that it's going to be wearing an outfit that's her friend, that's her D&D character. I love it. I have 2 D&D characters. I have a half-elf rogue charlatan and a half-elf bard entertainer. I would love that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I am all about crafts and crafting and seeing what makes people happy. And even though I don't have as much time to let the crafting side of the brain do its thing, I do love it when I get to do that. And I love seeing other people because my brain isn't necessarily a drawing or painting brain, or like I'm just now learning how to crochet. And so I can do like one basic stitch, like two or three basic stitches all the way across. And so it's one of those things I'm still working on the basics before adding on other stuff. But I love seeing it all come together.
またお前かよ。
いつもの威勢はどうした？随分としおれているな。まあ、あれだけ周りに迷惑をかければ当然か。
You've got the time, but not the executive function. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm glad you've made the time to do the, to let that crafting side of your brain, that artistic side come out and play. And I know exactly, not necessarily, like, not 100%, but I do get the overwhelmed feeling of, man, like I've got a big diamond art project back by my keyboard back here. There we go. Back there by the keyboard. And I've had that sitting for a long time because I just have not been able to make myself take the time to do it. Because it's so big, it feels so overwhelming. Right? And it's a beautiful, beautiful picture. It's a family picture. But it's 80 centimeters by 80 centimeters, I think it is. So it's pretty big. And lots of diamonds to go with it. And I'm like, this feels so overwhelming. I do not see the end in sight of this. And so then I end up putting it off. Nice sword in your mouth, Snake Tongue, right? Right? If you can't say something nice, Otori, just go about your business.
いい加減自分一人の力で道を切り開く努力をしたらどうだ。そう僕のように。
You're not helping, my dude. You're really not helping. Yeah, that's definitely more doable. I could definitely try and do that. I think it's a mixture of, like, mostly feeling overwhelming. I think I've done one other diamond art, and it was a smaller project. And even that kind of felt a bit overwhelming because of the time limit I gave myself on it. But this is my first massive diamond art. And so it feels super, super overwhelming. And then I end up adding other projects on, and then that takes even more of a back burner to all the other projects that I have going. Because I see a project that I want to do, I see a thing I want to learn, and I'm like, let's do this! And let's say yes to this, and this, and this! And then that ends up taking even more of a back burner to that. The project stack is real, exactly! Does he look like Shinzon? I can see that in the face. I can definitely see it in the smile, especially. The build, too. I'm trying to picture him bald like Shinzon, if we're thinking the same Shinzon, the one from Star Trek Nemesis. He does have that rounder face. He definitely does have a bit rounder of a face like that. I can definitely see it in the face and in the body build. Yes.
僕は誰にも頼らず、一人ストイックに自分を追い込んで、だからこそ今日のように結果が出せた。舞台は孤独な場所。そう言っただろう。お前が忘れたセリフをお前以外の誰かが言ってくれる。
That could be adding to it for sure. Definitely, because he definitely, like, that outfit looks very Starfleet. You, to a certain extent, I agree, Otori. No, you're good. You're totally fine. Totally fine. To a certain extent, Otori is right. Because you have to know your lines well enough that if you don't hear the cue line, you know how to best do the thing. You know, keep the play moving forward. But you also have to rely on the people around you to make the story work. It is not a one-man show, Otori! You seem to think it is a one-man show, and it's not! Alright, listening to the pretty boys. Here we go. Right? I totally agree, Dreamer.
これ以上醜態を晒すようなら役を降りたらいい。幸い僕の頭には全ての登場人物のセリフが入っている。いつでも主役と交代してやろう。
You're rubbing me the wrong way, dude. That is fair, Dreamer. That is fair.
くそ悔しいけど今日の踊りセリフ完璧だったよな。
Same, Dreamer.
騎士の役もしっかり入ってたよね。しっかり動けてた。
どうしたらいいんだろう。
Oh boy. that is true. That is true. That is so true. He does have a very punchable face when he opens his mouth. He has chronic foot and mouth syndrome. It's like it's this chronic thing, you know? Okay. So we got that to level 3. Let's do a study day. That way we can kind of build up our skills.
はじめまして。読解力のレッスンを担当する田金和也です。舞台の歴史や戯曲の面白さについて一緒に学んでいきましょう。
物知りそうな先生だな。
タガネ先生はアンバーの担任の先生なんだって。ユニベール歌劇学校の母体でもある玉坂歌劇の演出にも携わってるそうだよ。
玉坂歌劇。確か月にも玉坂歌劇で活躍するはずだったんだ。
Agreed. Ancient Greek theater. Woohoo!
どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Okay, that was a quick lesson. Okay. What do we want to... Alright, so we've got 3 that are at level 2 now. We have study, voice, agility, develop, act, all at level 2. Which one do you think we should go for next? Should we do another study day? Take some singing lessons? Some dancing lessons? Improve our charm? Or act? We've got 1 vote for agility. Two votes for agility. Alright, agility it is. We're learning how to dance. We're getting over our, Huh. No cutscene that time. Alright. Voice, study, charm, or acting. Drama, charm, voice, insight. Insight, voice, charm, Drama. Charm or acting. Okay. We've done charm recently, so let's go ahead and do acting and then see how that goes. And then we can do... Okay, cool. Cool. And then we'll do charm. Get that up to level 3. Cutscene?
折巻、今日もセリフ入ってなかったな。
Oh, Suzu, it's okay, dude. Oh, okay, I do need to have her spirit up to level 30 by the end. Oh. Okay. So... maybe I'll do spirit then. So, spirit at level 30 by the end, as in... by the day of the newcomer's performance? Or by the end of the route?
夜長は足がもつれて転ぶし、何やってんだか。
お疲れ様です。
Okay, end of the game. Okay, cool. End of the game. Okay, that I can do. That I can definitely do.
私も今日の稽古はうまくいかなかった。どこかで一人稽古しよう。よし、ここで。
まだ居座る気か。
すずくん？
I love
つ
Suzu!
まらない歌を聞くつもりはないからな。あ、いつまでも聞くつもりはないからなだ。いつまでもが抜けてる。くそ、いつまでも初めからやり直すぞ。
場所を変えよう。
No, stay with Suzu! That is true. Stat raisers can be finicky little things.
ここなら。
He does. He really does. How's it going, Shorty? Suzu is a good guy. He needs to just give himself grace and the time needed to develop his skills.
アプリコットがどうしたの？このセリフの時、娘さんを見て体の向きも変える。
You're worn out? Have you been doing a lot of stuff to get your new office ready? Exactly. It is definitely a detriment.
すずくんもそうちゃんも一人で頑張ってる。場所を変えよう。私も稽古しないと。
Uh-oh. Okay, good. Good. That did not go the way I thought it was gonna go. I was like, okay, we're good. About to go out and work on the cabinets. Ooh. Are those coming along well? Right? He might have seen us. There we go. That's what we need. We're just gonna keep doing as much as we can with Suzu. They will soon. Hey! There we go. Got most of the pieces cut out last weekend. I love it! So now it's just a matter of getting it all put together. Should it be a pretty quick project?
またお前らか。
Oh, look at you, Mr. I'm jealous of everybody having friends except for me. Aw, it's gonna take a little bit. How long do you think it'll take? Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then you can get those put in your office, and then you'll be good to pretty much good to go, I'm assuming. Lots of holes to drill. Gotcha. That makes sense. The music in this game is amazing. We've got just over a month. I'm gonna go ahead and rest. Go hunt for people who don't think like you in that one faith pick you were in Shinzan, right? A few days to paint and finish? That makes sense. Yay! Level up!
おはようございます、王様。昨日よりも上手くならなければ聞く気はないとのこと。王様が眠れるように、今日は昨日よりも良い歌をお聞かせします。
はい、娘はけて。
ここからしばらくは上級生だけの演技だ。
Bits of the apocalypse film called Rumors of Wars, and someone who looked like the actor who played Shinzan was the bad guy. Oh my gosh! A few more weeks before you move in, gotta finish the cabinets, then flooring, and then the trim. Okay. Do you think the flooring will take a super long time, or do you think that the trim will take less time than the flooring?
毎日毎日よくやるわよね、あの子。王様に怒られようが辛く当たられようが逃げようとしないんだから。
何を言われてもいつも真剣な眼差しで王の言葉を聞いています。
何が何でも王様を眠らせるつもりなのかしら。
私たちはあれだけ強い気持ちを持って眠れぬ王に向き合えていたでしょうか。
え？
If you got your friend to come over and help, you can do the floor in like half a day. Hey, there we go. That shouldn't be too bad.
先輩たち仕上がってる。
ここ最近シオニのおしゃべりが増えましたの。騎士がキリキリ怒っていましたわ。
Okay, a whole day if it's just you. Okay, well I will definitely be praying that
王を恐れ口をつぐんでいた。
I will definitely be praying that your friend is able to come over and help you out, so that way you can get it done faster.
王が眠れなくなってもう10年。城の者たちは何をやっても無駄だと諦め、考えることを放棄した。私も例外ではない。毎日同じ声、同じ口調で一体どうすれば眠っていただけるんだと繰り返すだけ。
Oh, okay, you've got to trim it and finish it, and then there's drying time. Okay, gotcha. Man, there's a lot more to home repairs. Oh, and stain and finish it. Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot more to home improvements than I ever thought there were. Man. But I'm proud of you for sticking with it. Like, that is dedication.
だけどあの娘は違う。あの娘ならもしかすると王を。そう。
俺が客席で見てたクォーツの舞台だ。俺は全然舞台に立ててねえ。
Sir, you are beginning. Ah, the sunk cost fallacy. Yep. Yep. It's one of those, you gotta do it as you've got the money to be able to do it. And dedicate time to it.
はい、オーケー。今日はここまで。
先輩たちの演技完璧だった。今の段階でこのレベルまでいかなきゃダメなんだ。
Perfect! I would love to see it! Maybe even some progress pics too if you're up for it.
おいおい。
はい。あ、白田先輩。
一度で返事をしろ。
Well, okay then.
すみません。何か。
ネジさんに1年の稽古付き合えって言われたんだよ。たく、なんで僕が。
Custom cabinets are expensive. You get why. Oh yeah, because you've gotta get the right wood. You've got, get the right amount. You've got to trim it to the size you want. Man, there's a lot to it. Why do these guys have such terrible tudes, right? Like, there's at least 2 of them that are just terrible attitudes. Suzu is just hard on himself, and that's something that he can grow out of.
私たちの稽古が遅れているせいだ。
Alright. You guys, vote in chat. I'm gonna go on a quick bio break. You vote either we accept his help by saying thanks, or we turn him down by saying I can manage on my own. Okay, sounds good, Shorty. You enjoy. Get all that work done, and I will be back in just a moment. Ah, wrong button. There we go. And turn that off. Okay. I didn't make one either. That's true. Best not to tick off the guy stuck with helping us. That's a good point. He's rude, tell him I'll manage on my own. Okay, so we've got 1 vote for each. Make Donna decide when she gets back. Fortunately, it's really only Otri and Shirota that have terrible attitudes, and thankfully Otri is not one of the leads. Your vote is thanks, since that's more what Suzu would do in this situation. That is true. We'll go with thanks.
助かります。
Because I feel like Kisa would say thank you. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you, person who wants to help me. Thank you.
何切羽詰まってんの？だったら声かけられるの待ってないで自分から聞きに行けばいいのに。効率悪いな。
I mean, he makes a good point. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just asking for help sooner rather than later is definitely a good thing.
同期だって無駄話するためにいるわけじゃないだろ。頭からやる。さっさと動いて。
はい。
That is a good point. You're feeling pressured. You were a freshman once too. Agreed. Thanks is definitely more in line with her character, especially when she's feeling overwhelmed.
はい、おしまい。
ありがとうございました。
はあ、疲れた。
You're always
柴田先輩
tired.
ができてないところをいろいろ指摘してくれたおかげで自分の問題点が分かった。一人で稽古するよりも誰かと協力して稽古をした方が学べることが多い。
I'm glad you had fun! You get a good little bit more sleep. We're going to be raiding out here in just a few minutes anyway. So, you enjoy, get some good sleep. Love ya, EJ, and I will catch you later.
そうちゃんや鈴くん、また一人で稽古しているのかな。一緒に稽古ができたらもっと上達できるんじゃ。鈴くんの様子を見に行ってみよう。
そんな歌では眠れないな。今度こそしまいだ。しまいだ。しまいだ。しまいだ。しまいだ。しまい。ああ！次のセリフ出てこねえ。
Trying to act while dealing with so much inner emotional turmoil is a great way to give a terrible performance. It may come off as subtle bits of body language or just a tiny deviation in vocal performance, but it shows, affects the audience's perception, and destroys acting abilities. Agreed. Agreed. When you're feeling overwhelmed and you're getting so in your head, that's when your acting becomes more robotic. Because you're so in your head. The key is to get out of your head. Shirota is prickly, secretly well-meaning but very prickly. Otari is just a wholly unlikable narcissist. Exactly. Exactly. 100%.
セリフを覚えるのに苦労してるみたい。あのセリフの次に私のセリフが入って、その後また鈴くんのセリフなんだよな。
Agreed. Suzu is too in his head. He's so focused on the fact that he can't remember the lines. He's forgetting all the acting skills that he's learned.
間に入る私のセリフは確か。王様、申し訳ありませんでした。明日はもっと良い歌をお聞かせします。
お、立花。
どうかチャンスをください。お疲れ様、鈴くん。何か手伝えることを。
まだ居座る気かだ。
え？
今セリフがポンと出てきた。なんでだろう。ああ、悪い。なんか言おうか。
Suzu's issue is solvable, but he's got to learn how to clear his mind, at least as long as he's acting. Exactly. He just has to get his lines so well in his brain. he doesn't even have to think about it anymore, and that's when he can get out of his head. Alrighty, Dreamer, you have a fantastic day, and God bless you!
よかったら一緒に稽古しないかと思って。
でも俺と稽古してたら大鳥のやつに何か言われるかもしんねえぞ。
Who cares about Otori?
別にいいよ。
Agreed, he can get there.
おお、そっか。なんだお前、結構根性座ってんのな。つうか大鳥を気にする方がバカらしいか。よし、一緒に稽古しようぜ。
申し訳ありませんでした。明日はもっと良い歌をお聞かせします。どうかチャンスをください。
まだ居座る気か。
王様に眠っていただくまで私は諦めません。
お、つまらない歌をいつまでも聞くつもりはないからな。
すずくん、セリフ出てきてるね。
Yay, Suzu!
なんでだ。いや、いいことだけど、一人でやってる時はちっとも出てこなかったのに。稽古中も次のセリフを思い出すのに必死で結局出てこねえの。今はそっか、相手の話をしっかり聞いてるから出てくんのかも。
That's our Suzu! You gotta actually listen and play off of what they're saying!
どういう
Think of it as a conversation!
セリフだけだと数学の記号みたいでさ、使い方も使う場所もごっちゃになっちまうんだよ。でもこうやって相手の話をしっかり聞いて会話するように喋りゃ、言わなきゃいけない言葉が出てくるんだ。ああ、そういやガキの頃、落ち着いて人の話を聞きなさいってよく言われてたな俺。
すずくんの場合は誰かと読み合わせした方がセリフが入るのかもしれないね。
ってことは俺一人で稽古やってる場合じゃねえ。頭下げてでも誰かの手借りねえと。立花、時間ある時でいいから助けてくれ。お前いいやつ。そういやヨナガはどうしてんだ。
そうちゃんも一人で稽古してると思う。
だったらあいつにも声かけようぜ。一人で煮詰まっちゃいそうなタイプだし。
そうだね、みんなで稽古しよう。
They're so sweet! They really are so sweet.
おはよ
Exactly. Sometimes practicing with others isn't possible, but y'all are just starting out and in school, so that'll do. Alright, we're gonna take a break for a minute, and I'm gonna finish up this scene, and then we're gonna wrap up stream, and then, raid out. And I think I know who we might raid to. I need to check while we're on break here. Okay, so she is still online. Alright. The person I wanted to raid to is still online, so that'll help. Aww. Alright, we're going to menu, save, override slot 1. There we go. Alright, to the just chatting screen. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and going through this with me. I love and appreciate every single one of you. God loves you, so do I. We're going to send the love on. Let's see, there it is. We are going to go ahead and send the love on to Catherine Naomi. If you are a sub, here is your message. I will go ahead and copy that for myself. If you are not, here is your message. Feel free to copy that on over and just let Kat know how much you love her. She definitely could use the love, and I ask just keep her in prayer and just let her know you're thinking about her. You guys have an amazing, amazing week, and I will see you guys after I get back from Women's Retreat. So all next week is going to be no streams, but I will be back on Tuesday the 24th. So I will see you guys then. Bye!